Okay, here's our lesson plan today. It's a nice spring-like day. We're getting ready for spring that's supposed to start in 11 days. And we're going to be doing a lot of walking, ground driving, maybe even cart pulling on the Rancho Trails this spring or summer. So being that I have 5 gates from my Rancho's ranch out to the 20 lineal miles of trails, we're going to go out my back gate here, which we've done before many months ago when we first exposed the boys, the alpaca boys, to the Rancho's trails and other people's backyards. We're going to go through it. And then we're going to walk down my perimeter fence on the trails to the gate at the far end of my big pasture, in the hopes that my goats that are lounging right now on my driveway don't see us. I don't want them to come out, not until they're on halters. I don't want them to come out to the Rancho's trails yet. I'm pretty sure they'll just come back if they do get out, but I want to make sure that we won't have runaway goats. Okay, so now I'm trying to open this gate to the big pasture, and I'm going to have to hold the camera differently for a minute. Okay, here we go. You see, we've started mowing here, so I can walk pretty comfortably on the ground. It is not flat, but it is not wet in most places on my property. And there we go. This is our walk on the Rancho's Trails just before spring of 2026. And so far, the alpaca boys are being gentle. They don't seem to be scared. And I'm trying to get this videoed for you. We don't have a third helper today. Not yet. I hope we will as spring moves on, because there's going to be a lot of things we're going to do with these alpaca boys, I hope. And that includes cart rides on the Rancho's trails. Rides where the public is involved, invited. Local occupants with their kids, their dogs, for a walk on the Rancho's trails from Shadrach Farms properties. Yeah, they're walking just fine. I asked Tavis, do you feel comfortable going out there with the boys on a halter? And he said, yes, he does. Now, if they freak out, will he lose control of them? Possibly. But since no motorized vehicles are allowed on these Rancho's trails, it's likely we'll be able to regain control of the alpacas if they are upset. And by the way, I have somebody local who's going to schedule a clipping, a shearing with my alpacas. And I asked for April, and she asked me in the email, did I want them laying down or standing up? And I updated her about what we've taught Alpha and Beta, about cross tying, about laying down upon request, also called cush. Boy, they're way up there. I can't walk as fast as they're walking. But I'm hoping Tavis understood what I suggested. When he gets to the corner, the far corner here of my big pasture, that he open the gate. If not, I'm hoping he'll realize he can just turn around and come back and go through the gate he just went through the other end of the back pasture. They're way up there by that roofed barn area. So far, they're on halter. They don't seem freaked out. You see, as they go by all these backyards, there's going to be all kinds of new things that they're going to have to see and tolerate without freaking out. Swimming pools, dogs, other livestock. So far, very nice, very nice. I just can't keep up with them. But you see where he is now at the far corner? If he turns right, he'll be approaching other gates into my big pasture. If he turns left, he'll be going into the rancho's world. And who knows what's out there for alpaca boys who haven't been there yet. Now, is he going to be able to get the lock off the gate there? I hope you can see him. He's way out there with the two boys just walking as if they were on a dog walk. Okay, I see he could possibly go the whole distance along that fence line of my big pasture and come to the driveway gate and come in there. And I think maybe that's what he's doing. From this distance, it's hard to be sure, but I think that's what he's doing. And I'm holding on here and just showing you from a distance that Alpha and Beta are taking a walk on the Rancho's trails. And I'll bet you they're enjoying it. Now, my goats were over there on the inside of the driveway, and they probably would go out if they saw their alpaca buddies out the gate. But it looks like Tavis is going to open one of the gates I have midway on that fence line. I've locked these gates because I've had other people walking into my pastures, and I'm afraid that will cause a problem, especially for security for the animals. I think he's coming in. I think he got it open. Yes, he did. And here come the alpacas, Alpha and Beta, into their big pasture. Now, this is what we're going to do. As long as the weather stays good and everybody stays healthy and happy, we're going to do a lot more of this. And today, the alpacas are on a halter, each of them. We might, if we have somebody else that can help us ground drive, we might be doing this with ground driving lines. And then eventually with driving lines from a cart. I have 2 carts. So we can either double up the boys on one cart or each can have their own cart. That kind of training probably will take the whole summer. I want you to know, I'm going to be very cautious. And it's now around 11:30 and it's very comfortable temperature, but come summertime when it's going to be hot at high noon, we'll probably be meeting earlier in the mornings for the rides, ground driving, and cart riding training. They're coming through their big pasture. Just beyond that propane tank is where the boys were lounging on, the goat boys were lounging on the concrete of the driveway. I don't know where they are now. Very often they come and watch our lessons, but I didn't want them to see us going through our gates onto the trails because I don't want them out there yet. Not until I have a better handle on commanding their attention and their focus and on understanding what I'm asking of them. For example, if I want them to follow me, to walk, to back, they can learn all of that. And if I have proper helpers, I will begin the Urban Goat Girl show, and you can watch us teach them. Okay, I think Tavis is taking the halter off. This doesn't have to be a long lesson, but I would say each boy today got an A. And now he's going through the gates that will bring him out. Oh, he's just climbing through the fence onto the concrete driveway. Okay, short lesson, great lesson. Please, if you have any questions or comments, SonyaSokolow@gmail.com, SonyaSokolow@gmail.com, or be sure to join my Urban Alpaca Girl YouTube show, and you can make your comments there. Oh, Tavis is giving them a reward. They love to be, especially in weather like this, they love to be hosed off. They're being sprayed, and they're standing there with all their intention to enjoy the hosing off that they're getting. Yesterday, Tavis was cleaning the water tub there, and they came to watch, and he took the hose and sprayed them, and they absolutely loved it. And this is the condition of my pasture now in March 2026, 11 days before spring. But I'm going to be trying to get these irrigation risers cleared out of weeds that have grown all year since last summer. And I'm going to be trying to time the irrigation so that I can keep this whole pasture green. Last year, I had it timed so it went off at 7 in the morning, at noon, and at 7 in the evening. But I have options there. I may change it to a different schedule to try to keep everything green here. And if I can afford it, I'll try to have another 5,000 gallon tank placed right here on a concrete pad, and we'll have twice as much water access in between irrigation schedules. So we won't have to worry about running out of water, because if the tank runs out of water, it causes problems with the mechanics of the irrigation system. So I'm out here telling you that I'm looking forward to enjoying my Rancho's Ranch with my animals, and I might be bringing some more sanctuary animals here. We are actively accepting sanctuary animals as of 2026, and being that it's March, we've got all of our forms ready to go, and we've had inquiries from people who want to find sanctuary for their large farm animals. Now, Tavis is here. I'm going to ask him if I can get the camera close to him to give us any comments about what he observed out there. Can you come close to the camera and give us your comments about what you observed today and what you suggest we do on Wednesday?
They did really good. I think they liked it. And yeah, I'm pretty confident they can go further.
And they just stood there while you opened the lock.
Yeah.
It was no big deal.
Yeah.
What happened to the goats? They were out there.
I don't know.
I'm wondering if they're back here looking for us, because you know how they like to come and watch our lessons. And then when you picked up the hose, they enjoyed the sprinkle, correct? Okay, I have been explaining to our viewers here what today was like. You've just heard, again, an outline of our plan. And please tune in to the Urban Alpaca Girl Show whenever you get notice or happen to notice that we have a new show on YouTube. Goodbye for now. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Alpaca Girl.